Okay, now I'm using all three of my props. This is a very expensive production tonight. And my $1 Lowe's flag, which I used to do this, but today I'm going to try to be cool. Okay, here's the sunglasses and the hat, garage sale stuff, but I'm not going to tell you that because I want to look cool. It's going to take a lot more than that for me to look cool. All right, this is going to be short. I always lie when I say that. I uploaded a video probably an hour and a half ago, and the girls and women in Utah who are 45 years old used to be, at that day and that time, 2 hours ago, 75% of my viewing audience in Utah. Let me tell you something. I checked my demographics just a minute ago, and you beautiful Utah girls, maybe most of you are blind. I don't. Maybe most of you are stupid. I don't know. But you're looking now at my videos at 88% of the hits in Utah are female. It used to be like 80% old men. Now it's like 88 young women. Why couldn't I get that at BYU? Why did I have to run after just one? Jeez. Anyway, I just wanted to, I'm at 14,000 hits now in a couple of months, and Utah is my biggest fan. Or maybe I'm famous or infamous in Utah, I don't know. But I noticed that when the women's husbands come home from work after 5:30, the drop-off is significant. I don't want him to see me looking at this guy. And then when he goes to work at 7:30 or 8 in the morning, all of my demographics go up. And you Utah girls are so cute and so funny. You're clicking me on YouTube. You're finding me on YouTube. Most of my hits throughout the world are on mobile devices. You're not allowed to leave the house. You don't have a mobile device. And you have to sneak in the computer room and undo his secret code so you can be introduced to the real world that you are being taken advantage of. Your bodies, your mind, your spirituality. You're just as sweet as can be. And my wife, she's a returned missionary and still a member of the Mormon Church. How she can live with me is a Mormon miracle. Jesus has appeared to both of us and said everybody else's marriage is an abomination. You two should stay married. Well, we deserve each other, perhaps. But when I saw that outstanding, unbelievable statistic that 88% of the females on my hits are in Utah, I called my sweet little wife in here because she won't listen to my videos. And I won't listen to her. So it's a pretty good relationship. So I said to her, I said, honey, come in here. I want to show you something. Because she thinks I lie all the time. That's not a recommendation. It's just reality. But you know Mormons and how they think and how they don't process. But I said, honey, look at the girls in Utah, the women, 88%. And she said, they're all mentally ill. That's the Mormon response. You girls that are looking. My returned missionary wife says, you're mentally ill. You may be drug addicted. I don't know. You're the prescription drug capital of the world. So I just find it humorous. I really do find it humorous. And I'm very thrilled that anybody who is in a cult, in my opinion, a cult, and anyone that is downtrodden, and anyone that doesn't have true free agency, and anyone that's dominated over, and the man is the final decision, and he has the priesthood. Let me tell you my theory on the priesthood. When I was in the church, which I've been out now 5-7 years, and I resigned, and I wasn't excommunicated. I wasn't jumping every girl that came along, and I lived the word of wisdom, and I had a temple recommend when I resigned, and worked in the LA temple, and been in elders quorum presidencies, one stake presidency in Hartford, Connecticut. But let me. You're right. I've lost my train of thought. Cue cars, cue. I have no crew. I have nobody. And, that's the way I was when I was a Mormon. But I lost my train of thought. I'm sure I'll pick it up. It's kind of like my pants. I lose my pants all the time as an old person. But I find them. I trip on them in the middle of the night running to the bathroom. But anytime you're downtrodden and anytime you're restricted, it's always a thrill to me. I worked in social services my whole life. And to see somebody actually think and say, I want to check something out. And they go on the internet or they go on maybe one of my videos and they go, hey, he's speaking the truth. That's the way it is. You women, I'm sure, look at my video that, does this look like a day of rest? Unbelievable. Sunday has got to be the worst day in a woman's life in the Mormon church. She does everything. She gets no credit. And if it wasn't for Cheerios, she would commit suicide. And I just really admire you ladies. And I do. I'm totally sincere. I'm crazy about Utah women. I've married most of them. What's wrong with me? It's mental illness. I have one Mormon that writes to me all the time, and he keeps implying that he's not a Mormon. But when you pick up his website, he's definitely a Mormon. And he's always saying you're mentally ill. And I go, okay, what's new? Get in line. Everybody knows that. I mean, 14,000 people have looked at me and go, holy crap, this guy is nuts. So anyway, I really... I don't gloat that you're looking at me. What I gloat in is that you're looking. Now, it may not be me. It may be you're looking at the internet or the history or the documented history of the church, or Joseph Smith marrying Nancy and Helen, two 14-year-old girls, and sleeping with them. And you're saying, whoa, my daughter's 14. I don't think she should be married to a 38-year-old man that has no job. So I want to compliment you, and no, I'm on your side. If the Mormon Church is making you happy, what the hell are you doing on my videos? I've seen you. I pick my girls up at school every day, and I see these poor gals. She's 31 or 32. She weighs 300 pounds. She's pushing a stroller with 3 kids in it. One kid she's holding by the hand, and she's going to pick up her kindergartner. And the poor girl has been trashed. And, she doesn't have much self-esteem anymore. She probably was cute as hell when she started out. But, when the man says, the penis rules tonight, the poor Mormon girls have to get in bed and just, when I when I was a Mormon, I had one wife. I can use her first name, Janet. She's as cute as can be. I've been very lucky to be able to marry some attractive girls. Maybe a couple that aren't so attractive. I don't discriminate. And talking about the penis controls and rules the house, and he's the final say in the house. And I used to say to her, I'm the priesthood holder, and, I'm a man, and I need to have sex, and you're my only sexual object. And she was reading a magazine one night in bed, and she said, well, when you're done, will you let me know? I said, I don't care if you read the magazine. I'm not interested in your personality or a conversation. I'm interested in one thing. So I was a typical Mormon husband, and I hope I'm not now. I hope my little sweet girl realizes how much I love her and respect her, and she has her freedom. She has her own car. She can go anywhere she wants. She has all the credit cards. She has vacation. She wanted to drive to Oklahoma to visit a friend, and she wanted to take some college classes, and I sit home and watch the kids and babysit, and I sit with the sick kids and do my share to relieve her burden. And when I was a LDS husband, what I did is I came home. I couldn't grab a beer. I just got a Coke and a bag of potato chips and sat my ass on the chair. That's why I look like this today. It started years ago. And watch TV. And, I need some food. I need supper. I need the computer to do my priesthood lesson on tomorrow. Make sure you do my shirt. I can't find any socks, and the baby looks like shit, Make sure that she has really cute clothes so I'll look good in sacrament meeting, and I have to teach the elders quorum today. Well, 5 divorces later, I feel bad. I feel bad that I contributed to the unhappiness of some very good women. And again, one of the reasons I divorced my wives is I thought the Mormon Church told me, "Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect." Well, my wives weren't perfect, and I was a fanatic in the Mormon Church. And I go, you know what? You're not perfect. Your ass is out of here. And kids' lives were disrupted, and the poor girls, It's just sad. It's cult behavior. I was deep into it. I loved all of the attention I got when I stood up in front of crowds of people that thought I had something to say. And in reality, all I was doing was regurgitating millions and millions of stories and lesson manuals that the church produced. And I smiled. I smiled a lot, and it hurt, because I wasn't happy, and my wife smiled a lot, and we had gone to the bishop a couple times, and he told us, because he was a truck driver, he was a counselor to us now. But being mentally ill bishops trying to counsel people, because I have a master's degree in counseling and human services, and he's just saying, Sister David, you're not wearing your garments enough, and you're not paying enough tithing, and as long as you pray together every night, your wife is going to feel much better. She didn't. It made no difference. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the cult really bashes the women, and they are the sweetest group of people. My gosh, the LDS women that really should be on I'm a Mormon shouldn't be these exceptional people that have only been in the church a year or so, and it just looks like no damage has been done to them. I see these big old girls at the school every day, and I feel pity and I feel sad. This is still a young girl, but she's got 5 kids, and she's tore her whole body. Her boobs are on her knees. Her ass can't fit in the bucket seat of the front of the car. And 2 are crying, and she's throwing Cheerios at one and trying to breastfeed the other one, and the little kindergartner gets no attention. He made a big horse, and that blew off in the snow. And she picks him up every day at school, and she's the soccer mom on Saturday. She doesn't have a day off. She doesn't have an hour off. And I don't care what human being you have, when you run them that hard, they're like a racehorse. Eventually, they'll break down. Eventually, they'll be drug addicted. They'll be obese. They will hit the kids and be abusers. Utah is the 3rd most popular state for abuse. And when you put a human parent and a woman, they're very gentle, and they take a lot of shit that the men go, "Slap you silly, I'll slap the brown right off of you." For my brown friends in Brazil. I get hits in Brazil, and I love this gentleman. He's a good man. So be aware that all I can do is advocate. All I can do is make you grab your husband, put his ass in front of me, and go, see, he knows something. And the men, the hits from the men just are shrinking, like they're going down to 0. Like, this guy is really ruining my idea of a marriage. I didn't want an independent little gal, but these Utah girls, oh my gosh, when you see them at the PTA meetings and you see them at the luncheons and they're cooking their little hearts out, and they're holding a baby, and they're cooking, and they're smiling. They got beautiful little faces, and they're like little cheerleaders. And I feel bad. I feel bad that in 10 years or so, they look like shit. Their life is shit. And for what reason? What reason? If she had 1, 2, maybe 3 kids, she would still be looking real good at 38, 40, 44, 48. She could still be looking real good. And this husband, that has put her in that condition has had very little empathy because he thinks every child is another citizen of his God-like world. He's starting his world here on the earth. And these girls that even get hooked into the polygamous marriages here in Utah, just sad that they have been trained since birth to worship the man. I did a video on praise to the man, Joseph Smith, but this video is really about females and trapped in the Mormon church, and they have to praise to the man. And I don't think that's right. I don't think it's fair, and I'm going to say something about it, and I'm certainly going to apologize for the roles that I've had in that as a young man. I thought it was a good idea. I thought, sex all the time and food and football games and having them wait on me and give me more kids so I can walk in and take up a whole damn bench in sacrament meeting. I'm cool. I'm potent. I'm proving my manhood while I'm ruining my wife. So anyway, if I was still Christian, I would say, God bless you and be with you. Being an atheist now, I want to say that I appreciate you, and I will try to keep you always in mind when I do videos, and I will always advocate for you. I think that fair is fair, and free agency is free agency, and our free agency does not depend upon the approval of our mate. Look at me. I'm sitting here as an atheist, and I got a returned missionary wife in there. We get along great. We go places, do things, we laugh our ass off. We talk about and fight over the kids all the time, just like normal parents. And we eat 2 or 3 times a week, go out together. So free agency really is letting the other person do what they want to do. And I want to make these videos. These make me very happy. They're therapy for me, and they give me a chance to your word would be repent, but to make self-course corrections that I can be a better husband now and a better father now. I was a priesthood holder and slammed those kids, with verbal and screaming and slamming doors. I don't do that anymore. My last 2 kids are being raised by an atheist. They're happy as can be. Abby, my 13-year-old, is a straight A student. She's spoken English for 2 years. And she's a straight A English against all the white and delightsome kids at school. She tried out for the basketball team, and she didn't make it the first round. She plays classical piano, and she does so well now on the piano that she doesn't even go to the teacher. She goes to the computer, she pulls up the sheet music, and in 3 days, she has the song down. She's a fabulous little hip-hop dancer. She takes lessons, but she's better than all the other kids in her class, and she knows every hip-hop song. And she loves basketball. She loves ice skating. She loves rollerblades. She likes skateboards. And a pretty normal little girl. She's popular at school. She's beautiful, and she's adjusted, very well adjusted. And my little 9-year-old, in the next couple of days, she'll be 9. She's a straight A student, and she is extremely talented with her hands, and she's like a little nurse. Now, this is a little girl that's only been in the United States 2 years speaking English, and her grades are A's, and her English comprehension and speaking and understanding and comprehension are the same things, is excellent, little Allison does all my medications. She gets 8 medications a day for me. And most of you look and go, there needs to be more. And you're right, there does need to be more. I'm too happy. I need some downers. And I'm not taking any uppers. So, this smile and this, one of the Mormons says, you can't be that happy. I said, well, I am. I'm sorry. You can't be. Because that's the way the cult trains him. But she gets my 8 medications, and then she shoots me with, and she does it. She does all the injections. She shoots me with 60 units of Humulin N and 20 units of Humulin R. And she takes temperatures. When the big girl was sick 2 days ago, the little one came in. She got the thermometer, and the big one tried to put it in her mouth and do it herself, and the big one couldn't. I said, shut up and let the baby do it. She knows what she's doing. She's like a little nurse. She has many, many friends. She have kids overnight all the time. Dad, can I have this child overnight? And she's very good in a little construction. She can cut a board, and she's funny when I do construction. It's not a civil thing. Never was. I worked construction when I was in my 20s and 30s at different times, trying to pay the extra money for tithing. And the other day, someone said, I think it might have been my mom, said, well, David is screaming all the time when he's doing construction work. And of course, the kids are up there with me, and I'm yelling, it's 28 and 3/4. And they're going, what's 3/4, Dad? I don't know. And so they said, well, he yells all the time. He's upset. And sometimes I am. Construction, I am so old. When I had quad bypass, these 3 fingers here don't work much anymore. And so I'm very clumsy. I drop stuff. And when I get on the top of a ladder and doing overhead work, I'm just exhausted. And when I have the drill gun in my hand and a screw on it and it drops off, Allison is there. Here, Dad. Here, Dad. She's always handing stuff up to me. And when they said, well, he yells all the time, Allison said, he's not mad at anybody. He's just mad that he's old. I'll tell you, she said the other day, too, that's about 7 months ago, when there was a event at school, and they know I go to all their events, and I never miss any of them. And she said, Dad, she came home and said, Dad, you didn't come to Grandfather's Day. I said, Allison, I'm not your grandfather. I said, I'm your father. And she thought for a minute and then looked at me. She says, well, you're old enough. She's got a 43-year-old sister, so maybe I am old enough. I don't know. But I love them and I respect them. And I tell them the truth about being a woman and being healthy and strong and choosing a good man and not someone who's going to rule over them with an iron fist. And I told them when they both turn 18 and they can get married, they can be sued, they can buy houses, they're adults. And if they want to join any church, that's fine with me. If they want to join the Mormon church, I could give a rat's ass, because now that's a conscious decision. That's left and right brain working together. And if that makes them happy, that makes me happy. Of course, I can't see them married. I can't help bless the baby. I'm dog shit. So I don't care. But Utah ladies, you've really made my day at 85%. That may be the committee to strengthen the members that is screwing and hacking into my video. So I'll say this, and then you'll get a letter over the podium that David is banned. You are not allowed to watch David. And my other little wife here, she said, well, David, that 88% number, I think it's 88, it's not 85, 88% number are your ex-wives clicking on there over and over again. That could be true. That could raise it in just minutes. So good luck to you. Thanks. Bye.